I have just about 10 inches of snow here on the ground. It's currently 5 minutes to midnight, and I have just around 10 inches of snow. Yep. I have 10 inches on the ground right now. So, yep, 10 inches. So New York City should see between 12 and 18 inches when all is set and done. It's possible some area can eke out about 20 inches, but the snow is tapering off. It's light snow right now. The storm has pulled a little bit further to the east. So because of that, the city won't see as much snow as initially forecasted. But it's possible that a heavier band can pivot in, and snowfall rates could potentially get several inches an hour. Roughly about 10 inches. If you look up at the street light, you can see it's snowing. It's snowing and windy right now. But this isn't the dry, powdery snow. There's very little in the way of blowing snow. This is mostly a wet snow because temperatures right now are just hovering just around, just a little bit below freezing. So the snow is very compact. It's perfect snowball making snow. So I'm gonna put my ruler right here. Hold on. Right. So the consistency of the snow right here is more like concrete. You can see snowball snow. This is the type of snow that you could make snowballs from. I mean, it's a little bit on the drier side because temperatures are below freezing, but just below freezing. When the snow first started, it started as a very wet snow. In fact, it was raining earlier this morning. When I went out at 7 a.m. this morning, it was all rain. It was literally raining. Even though temperatures weren't much above freezing, they were in mid to upper 30s, it was all rain. And the transition over to snow started around 8 or 9 a.m. is when it started transitioning over to snow. But it did start off as rain, actually, this morning. And it transitioned over to snow slowly as the temperatures were heading down and there was some heavier precip. Believe it or not, it wasn't aloft. It was actually lower down. There was some ocean effect precip. But that ocean effect actually brought in snowflakes between 8 and 9 a.m. and then it continued snowing. And even around 3 p.m., snow starting to stick to cars and grass around 3 to 4 p.m. Hey, hi Eric. I live in Queens. Yeah, so this is a snowball right here. Yeah. So yeah, we're having pretty intense winter storm conditions. So the snow is expected to linger until the early afternoon hours. About 3 or 4 p.m. is when the snow should taper off to flurries. Possibly even earlier because the storm is pulling further east than expected. There is the low pressure system isn't very symmetrical. It's actually elongated. And so the center of low pressure is actually pivoting around that lopsided part of the low. So it's pulling it further east. And then it'll start going more northeast once that pivot point of that elongated part of the low pressure system is further west. So the center of lowest pressure will try to pull the low back north and west, but by then it will be just south of Nantucket. So my thought is the snow should be ending around 4 to 5 p.m. I mean, snow should continue to around 7 a.m. I think we've seen most of the snow that we're going to get. The beginning part had the most moisture, was very intense. going to be light moderate snow. I think the city might pick up another 3 to 8 inches of snow, or about 4 to 8 inches. Another 4 to 8 inches is I think the city's going to get. So about a foot of snow, maybe a little bit more, give or take. I mean, I'm already seeing 10 inches. So based on that, I'm thinking the city should get 6 inches. So it could still happen. It could be that we're just in a lull right now, and that once that pivot point comes over the city, we could get more heavier snow. So I'm going to check the Doppler radar for just a moment. I'm going to check the Doppler. So of subsidence. I just checked the radar. There's 2 areas of convergence. There's an area of convergence just to my west, and there's area of convergence just to my east. 2 bands are areas of convergence where air is converging, and that's where you're getting your heaviest snow. So there's an area of convergence that's for Philadelphia and just off the coast. Even though it's snowing, we're in an area of sinking air, this is why we're not getting the really heavy snow. But as the low starts, the precipitations start coming out of the east and maybe even northeast, it is possible that an area of convergence can reform here, or that pivot band where the convergence is could come back over the city because it's lifted up north, and then we could see more heavier snowfall from that convergence band. Right now we're getting some moderate snow, light moderate. I'm gonna clean off my car, well, my dad's car, so we can see. So right now, I mean, he only parked this only a few hours ago, and already it's about 8 inches. So parked this car 7 or 8 p.m. Yeah, I think it was around that time, because the car wasn't here when I got here. There was already like an inch or two on the ground. 6 inches. So we have about 6 inches of snow on this car, but total we have about 10 inches. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I'm just cleaning off the car. Yeah. Yeah, there's ice here, which means temperatures are below freezing.